13 people have been charged in federal court related to crimes committed when a mob seized the U.S. Capitol Wednesday. The charges come as the House is prepared to move forward with articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump. Those developments come one day after Twitter permanently suspended the president's account. Thanks for joining us for NBC4 at 6. I'm Jennifer Bullock. Now, other online sites are joining Twitter in taking steps against the president and his followers online. NBC4's Alan Henry is joining us live now. And Alan, what's their reasoning and is it legal?
Well, Jen, the list of social media platforms or internet companies regulating or even outright banning the President of the United States has grown over the last day, with some crying foul and others crying finally. Now, after years of using the platform to talk about everything from Diet Coke to presidential pardons, Twitter essentially silenced the president last night, suspending his Twitter account and removing the thousands of messages he has sent over the last decade from their website. The move, of course, comes after Wednesday's events at the Capitol. Twitter and other companies now saying they don't want their platforms used to spread messages that could incite further incidents like that. Today we're learning Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, PayPal, TikTok, Shopify, and Reddit have also limited the president's ability to rally online. However, the president is still free to rally his supporters in person, and that's an important distinction according to internet attorney Andrew Rosso. He tells me President Trump's First Amendment rights haven't been violated by these actions, because it's not the government taking action against him, it's private companies that are taking away the microphone they gave him.
Whether it's Facebook, Google, Apple, think of them as their own playgrounds, right? These playgrounds have their own rules, okay? And if you choose to enter onto the playground or join onto one of these platforms or choose to be a patron of Google or Apple, you have to adhere to, certain guidelines.
Tech companies have been under a lot of scrutiny in recent years over the content they do and don't allow. Tonight at 11, I'll explain why the move to silence the president could lead to new laws or regulations. Live and local for you in Columbus, Alan Henry, NBC4.
All right, Alan, thank you so much.